This is Bob Mason from FX Empire, and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple's XRP. Looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, the day's support, resistance, and pivot levels, and the Fibonacci's. It is Saturday, the 24th of April. Looking at Bitcoin against the US dollar, bearish start to the day after yesterday's partial recovery late on. Going to need to see Bitcoin move back through the pivot at 52.76. and the 23.6% fib at 54.73 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 52.993. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break back through to 52,000 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 52.131 to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, could see Bitcoin target resistance at 55,000 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 54.847. Failure to move back through the pivot and the 23.6% fib would bring the first major support level at 48.422 into play. Barring another extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should avoid the second major support level at 45.705. Looking at the MACDs, we have a narrowing of the bullish histograms at the start of the day. So need to look out for a possible bearish cross. On the EMAs, that's a bearish indicator with the 50 pulling further back from the 100 and the 200, signaling downside through the morning. So key through the early part of the day, move through the pivot at 52.76 and through the 23.6% fib at 54.73 to break back through to 52,000 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels are in place. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, particularly bearish start to the day here. Going to need to see Ethereum move back through the pivot at 2291 to take a run at the first major resistance level, at 2522. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ethereum to break out from yesterday's high, 2442.29. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum target this week's new swing high 2646.2 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 2673. Failure to move back through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 2139 into play. Barring another extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should stay clear of the second major support level at 1909. 23.6% fib at 2041 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, we have a marked narrowing of the bullish histogram this morning, and we could see a possible bearish cross, so keep an eye on that through the early part of the day. On the EMAs, the 50s closed in on the 100 and the 200, so we could also see a bearish cross of the 50 through the 100 that would weigh on Ethereum through the day. So failure to move through the pivot at 2291 would bring support levels into play. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar, also bearish this morning. Going to need to see Litecoin move back through the pivot at 235 to take a run at the 23.6% fib at 262 and the first major resistance level at 264. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Litecoin to break out from yesterday's high, that was at 257.07. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that 23.6% fib and first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, could see Litecoin target resistance at 280 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 285. Failure to move back through the pivot would bring the 38.2% fib at 217 and the first major support level at 214 into play. Barring another extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should stay clear of sub 200 levels. Second major support level sits at 185. Looking at MACD, we have a narrowing of the bullish histogram. So keep an eye out for a possible bearish cross through the morning. On the EMA, that's a bearish indicator with the 50 pulling further back from the 100 and the 200, signaling downside ahead. So key through the early part of the day, move back through the pivot at 235 and back through to 250s to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels are in play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, it's a particularly bearish start to the day. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid the pivot at 1.0784 to take a run at the 38.2% fib at 1.2807 and the first major resistance level at 1.2882. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 1.2s. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect the 38.2% fib and the first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, could see Ripple's XRP target 1.4s before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 1.4066. Fall through the pivot, we're bringing the first major support level at 0.9607 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should steer clear of the second major support level at 0.7503. 62% fib at 0.8573 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, we have a narrowing of the bullish histograms, but no immediate sign of a possible bearish cross, so keep an eye on that through the early part of the day. On the EMAs, that's a bearish indicator, however, with the 50 pulling further back from the 100 and the 200, weighing early on in the day.